Hey everybody, CW here, Card Wolf, because I'm always on the hunt for great cards. Sunset, early in the morning. See the sun coming up over the eastern ridge. This is standing in my driveway, and it is about 2 degrees outside this morning. It's pretty early. I don't know what time it is, actually. I didn't look before I came out. I've already been up and out into the world and come back. But wanted to show you guys the snow and the beautiful sunrise. This is the mountain that we live on, and that is to the east behind me. Down the mountain a ways is the town, and where I'm standing is about, I think the neighborhood here is about 5,000 feet above sea level, and the top of that mountain is 7,000 feet, as I recall, and then the town is, I think, at about 4,400 feet. So that gives you an idea about how high up we are. Lots of snow over the weekend, lots of... I'll go down to the end of the driveway here. You can see the road. It's pretty much how it has looked all winter. Not too bad, really quite beautiful. I know a lot of people kind of are sick of the snow around here, but I love it. I think it's gorgeous just standing outside here. Beautiful morning. Sun just coming up now. A number of you have asked to see what it looks like here with the snow and everything, so I thought I'd show you this morning. Hope you guys had a good weekend. I'm going to go inside where it's a bit warmer and open some mail. And we're back inside now, where it is quite a bit warmer. It is quite a bit later in the day, too. I shot the first part of this video quite early this morning. It is now the early afternoon. I got waylaid and sidetracked by various work things that I had to take care of, and also just some stuff around the house. But I am back, and I am ready to open this mail. I promised you on Friday that we'd be doing a mail day today, and this has arrived, I think it came on Wednesday or Thursday of last week, and I've been looking forward to opening this since then. It is from Shane at Shoebox Legends, and he kind of prepped me, kind of told me that this was going to be coming. I've been looking very forward to getting into this, and I'm pretty sure I know what... There are cards in here. I kind of know what they are, but I don't know which cards they are, so it's kind of exciting for me to get into this. These are cards that I do not have any of in my collection, so these are the first kinds of cards like this that I will own, and I'm pretty excited to see them, quite honestly. This is something that Shane collects and has had several videos about on his channel, and I kind of was emailing with him about it, and just said, hey, I'll send you some of these. So I'm very curious to see these, and we'll talk about them as we get them out here. So he's got a note here, which is awesome. CW, you'd mentioned buyback cards growing on you, so figured I'd dig up a few Orioles for my collection. Be careful with these. Their scarcity makes them addicting. That is true. These are... the buyback cards, in case you are not familiar with what those are, Shane collects buyback cards, and they're pretty cool, but they're cards that Topps buys back and then stamps with like an anniversary sort of symbol or some sort of thing to signify that they're buyback cards, and then reissues them in packs or as box toppers or in some special insert way. You get these cards, and they are pretty scarce and they are pretty unusual. I'd never really paid much attention to these until I started seeing Shane show his collection on the channel. He has an amazing collection. If you haven't been over to Shoebox Legends channel, I hope that you'll go over there. He's always opening stuff that he gets in the mail that he has ordered. He doesn't really do a ton of pack openings, but he has a huge collection of cards, and he's always showing stuff that he has picked up to add to his collection. He collects a lot of different stuff, and he really has a great eye for stuff. He's always pulling in cards that I'm just... there are several cards that he has shown on his channel where I've gone out immediately and started looking for them because I just thought they were so good. And so it was very generous of Shane to do this. I thought he was going to send me like 2 or 3 cards. This is quite a stack here, so I'm very excited about having these, and that they're all Orioles is even more exciting. This is a BJ Surhoff card. You can see... Sorry for that. The battery on the camera ran out just weirdly. I'm not quite sure what happened there. I wasn't prepared for that, but I've switched it out, and we're back to doing this, which is great. Again, these are cards from Shane at Shoebox Legends, and I'm pretty excited about these. I really don't have any of these in my collection. Anyway, this one, as I was showing you, is stamped Rediscover Topps. Now, I don't remember what set that is from. I'm sure Shane can tell me in the comments, but not all, this is from 1999, I believe. Should have looked that up. Yeah, 1999, and not all 99 cards have that bronze sort of stamp on them. Just these, and again, these were randomly inserted, or maybe they were box toppers or things like that. In any event, they're quite hard to come by, and pretty great. Shane told me these would all be Orioles, so I'm really excited about that. And Larry Sheets, that is awesome. Larry Sheets was the father of Gavin Sheets, who plays for the White Sox now, and he's one of the reasons that I collect Gavin Sheets cards. Actually, I always liked Larry Sheets when he was with the Orioles, and I'm kind of rooting for his son to do well. So this one is also stamped Rediscover Topps, and I believe this is a 1989 card, and there's an 88 actually. That's pretty cool. Rene Gonzalez, also Rediscover Topps. That one's in silver, and you can see that one's in gold, and this one was in bronze. So I don't know if that has any denotes any sort of rarity or anything like that. I'm not familiar enough with these buyback cards to know that. I'm sure, again, Shane can respond to that in the comments too. 1987 Topps, and that one is also bronze. Storm Davis, great relief pitcher for the Orioles, middle relief and late relief pitcher. Len Sakata, infielder for the Orioles for many years, good player. Todd Cruz, and I feel like Shane has got one here going kind of straight. Well, then he goes to 79. He was kind of going back 87, 86, 85, but then he jumps to 1979 here with Scotty McGregor. Longtime pitcher for the Orioles for quite a few years there, and I believe he was on one or maybe two of their World Series teams, if I remember right. Larry Harlow, the Hawk. Always liked Larry Harlow a lot, and this one has a different stamp on it. This one actually says it is from 2015. The other ones do not have a date, so I don't know where they're from, but that's pretty great. Really like that. And always liked Larry Harlow a lot. Orioles had this sort of, for just a little while there in the late 70s and early 80s, the Orioles had this sort of kind of crew of several really kind of gutty, gritty type players. And Larry Harlow was one of those guys. And Larry Sheets actually was one of those guys too. Larry Sheets was kind of a gritty sort of workaday kind of guy. John Lowenstein was another example of that. He was an outfielder for the Orioles, and never forget John Lowenstein. I was at a game one night, and he just ran headlong into the outfield wall chasing down a fly ball, and I don't remember if he made the catch or not, but I remember he just, like, it was like he didn't even see the wall. He just ran headlong into the wall, wasn't even looking at the wall at all. He must have just been tracking the ball, and it knocked him out. He was knocked unconscious, and they carried him off the field with a stretcher, and it just lit the place up. I mean, the fans were just going wild, and it was were just the kind of players that the Orioles had at that point. I'm not sure if they drafted that way on purpose or traded to get him. I don't know. But anyway, Larry Harlow, nicknamed the Hawk, and several other players, of course, in baseball have been the Hawk. Andre Dawson was also nicknamed the Hawk for his fielding prowess. And before them, actually, Ken Harrelson for the Mets was nicknamed the Hawk, and actually had that on the back of his jersey. Instead of his name, it just said Hawk. Not the Hawk or even a man called Hawk, Spencer for Hire reference there, but just Hawk, which I always thought was really kind of pretty awesome. I always liked that about him. Ken Harrelson was a great infielder for several years for the Mets. Andres Mora, and that also has that 2015 stamp on there. That's pretty great. 1976 card of Paul Mitchell, pitcher for the Orioles, not for too many years, but lovely to see that. They're just getting some old cards here. 1974 card there of Rich Coggins, outfielder for the Orioles. And 73 Pat Dobson, a good pitcher for the Orioles, kind of an ace for them for a little while there. Pat Dobson. And Eddie Watt, another good pitcher for them. This is a 1968 card there with that 2015 buyback stamp on it. That is awesome. I'm not sure I knew that the buyback cards went quite that old. That is pretty cool. And there's Cal Ripken Sr. That's Cal Ripken Jr.'s dad. Ripken Sr. was a longtime coach for the Orioles, and then after Earl Weaver retired, Ripken Sr. became the manager, and so he got to manage his own sons for a while when Cal and Billy were both on the team, and pretty neat. I don't know if that's ever happened in baseball history before it happened for the Orioles, but I always thought that was pretty cool. And then, and the last card is Earl Weaver. How about that? And he's also got that 2015 stamp on there. Earl Weaver, of course, longtime manager for the Orioles, took them to the World Series and several times, I think. And always had some choice words for the umpires. I remember if you sat near the Orioles dugout and Earl Weaver was the manager, you could hear him just yelling at the umpires and not using the most kid-friendly language, that's for sure. That was Earl Weaver. Wow, this is great. Man, thank you so much, Shane. This is a real treat. Just kind of going down memory lane looking at these, and also just now having these buyback cards in my collection. I told Shane, watching him, he's posted several videos where he shows his collection of buyback cards, and it's an extensive collection. He's trying to build a set of nothing but buyback cards, one buyback card of every number up to, I guess, as high as he can get at 700 or 750 or whatever, and he has quite a lot of them. He is well on his way with that set, and it's pretty impressive because these are hard cards to get, and I'm really grateful. I really love having these. These are so neat. I don't know that I will ever try to make a set in the way that Shane is doing like that. I feel like that is an enormous endeavor, but it's very neat to have these, and I may just start looking for Orioles buyback cards, actually, because I'm really taken by these. They're quite neat, and I know they have other stamps on them. They aren't just limited to these Discover Topps or 2015 ones. I know that there are other ones that I've seen. So, getting more of a variety may be something fun for me to do too, because I need more stuff to collect. But nonetheless, it is a pretty neat thing. I really do like it, and I know I'm going to enjoy looking at these more closely and kind of looking up stuff. Shane, I don't know why I keep calling him Sean. I don't know what's wrong with me. Shane spends a lot of time on the COMC website, so much so that I kind of teased him about it and told him, he's a master of that site. I wasn't really teasing him about it, but I was telling him he could, rent out a service where he shops on COMC for other people. Shane is so talented at finding really great deals. He always manages to do that. The stuff that he shows that he finds on COMC, I don't know how Shane does it. He just, every time I go on that site, I'm completely overwhelmed and just never come away with anything. But Shane manages to ferret out really great deals, and he'll show like 20 cards that he picked up, and all of them, I got this for like $1, and it's this amazing card. It's like, how did you even know about this card? I don't know. But anyway, if you haven't been over to Shane's channel, check that out. I hope you will. It's called Shoebox Legends. It is a great channel in our community, and as you can see here, Shane is a really, really generous guy and a really friendly guy too. So I hope you'll go over there and check that out. Thank you so much, Shane. Very, very thoughtful and very generous, and I really do like these. I'm going to sleeve these up and enjoy looking at these a little later as well. Thank all of you guys for coming over to the channel today. I hope you enjoyed a look at the snow, and I hope you enjoyed our look at these really wonderful buyback cards that Shane sent us. I really just have never had any of these, so having so many all of a sudden is quite nice. I'm really pleased to own these now. I will see you guys back here tomorrow. I've got some fun stuff to open with you then. I think we're going to open some Pokemon tomorrow. Should be a good time. And, of course, Wednesday is Pack Battle with Average Joe. And then late in the week, we've got that great thing that people seem to enjoy that we do, Dorking with Dice. One thing I would ask is, I do not know who won the playoff games yesterday, and I do not want to know yet because I haven't had a chance to watch them. So if you wouldn't mind not mentioning anything in the comments about the football playoffs from yesterday, I'd appreciate it, so as not to spoil my experience of watching the games with my son today and tomorrow night. So I hope that the games were good ones, because I'm looking forward to them very much. I'll see you guys back here tomorrow. As always, happy collecting.